Climate change is real, but so is the power of hope and action. From saving energy to planting trees, every choice we make matters. Just like the heroes in the Protectors of the Wood adventure series, young people everywhere are rising to defend our planet. Join the journey where mystery, friendship, and climate action come together. Subscribe now and become a protector of the wood. Your story starts today.
The Protectors of the Wood Adventure Series, episode number 262. Wendy brings Lucy back from the lost.
Keisha! Whoa!
The broom scooted along the ground, and a faint rustling was heard among the cornstalks 20 yards away. Wendy and Abby turned and walked up the long driveway around to the front of the house. They shed their gloves and jackets, and Abby tucked them under her arm.
Just carry the Mapstick alongside your body. Don't give detailed answers to any questions about the Mapstick. Say it gives a light that will assist me in helping Lucy. Just stand in the corner and light up the room. Got it?
It's gonna feel awfully strange, but I'll manage.
Don't be afraid. Tom Winkle and I have known each other for almost 60 years. He supports us 100%. Don't let Lucy's grandmother bother you. I know what we have to do, but I'm worried about how little vegetable stone we have. With the Mapstick, we can use maybe half the amount for each person. Let's say 2/3 of the amount, just to be on the safe side. This, indeed, is an overwhelming emergency. We must have the Mapstick whenever we use the stone.
As they approached, the door opened and Grandpa Winkle stepped out to meet them.
You folks do take a while to get to the front door. I can't apologize for my impatience. I've been waiting all day for you to arrive. My granddaughter is sicker than I've ever seen a child, and we have no more idea what to do than my dog has. My wife and daughter-in-law are losing whatever sense they have the longer they go without sleep. At least Dr. Bear had the sense to admit she doesn't know what to do and recommend you.
The old man looked almost exclusively back at Wendy as he led the way into the house. As he stopped to take their coats, Wendy said,
My, old Tom, you do look well.
The old man, spry and wiry in jeans and a cotton button-down shirt, was clean-shaven, with his wrinkles mainly at the corner of his eyes. He stopped and smiled. In a moment, he threw their jackets and gloves on the couch.
They're a little hysterical upstairs. Don't mind them. Just pay attention to my granddaughter.
Without waiting for any reply, he led the way to Lucy's bedroom. John Winkle, Lucy's father, met them at the head of the stairs and motioned them forward. Slowly they filled Lucy's large bedroom, their eyes adjusting to the dim light. Beatrice sat on the bed next to Lucy, and Grandma Winkle in a chair nearby. Grandma Winkle rose to meet them. The room was very warm, and the steam from a vaporizer filled the air. The curtains were drawn. A small light bulb behind a shade cast a pale yellow light from the bed table. Wendy was used to seeing at night and in the twilight of the forest. She was perfectly at ease as she stepped forward to survey the room. Grandma Winkle addressed Lucy's father in a loud whisper.
John, we can't have a crowd like this in the room.
She barred the way and announced,
I'm sorry, everyone, but Lucy can barely breathe. She can't take this kind of distraction.
Grandma Winkle moved to herd the guests toward the door. Wendy stepped aside, walked over to a large window, and parted the curtains. Starlight gave a faint silver glow. Wendy raised the window a few inches to let a breeze into the oppressively warm, damp room. Grandma Winkle was shocked and confronted Wendy with raised voice.
What are you doing? Lucy needs to rest. Close that curtain, or I'll have to do it myself.
She walked up to the window, but Wendy stood in her way and embraced her as she attempted to thrust her aside.
Now, Barbara. Let me help you. Let me give you a hand. This is very hard.
Grandma Winkle, embraced by the tiny Wendy, stood in shock for a moment, unsure of what to do. Finally, she rested her cheek on Wendy's head and began to sob. Tears rolled into Wendy's gray hair. Everyone remained silent. No one left the room. Wendy continued to say soothing words and slowly helped Grandma Winkle back to her chair.
Let me see what I can do. Trust me on this.
Grandma Winkle began to speak as she sobbed.
A fever won't go down. She's throwing up water. That stupid doctor won't come. What are we going to do?
Wendy turned off the vaporizer and the light on the bed table. She nodded to Abby. Standing in the far corner, Abby slowly unwrapped the upper half of the Mapstick, and the Mapstick came alive.
Thank you.
The soft blue light began as a very, very gentle glow, and stayed that way a while. The Winkle family stared but made no comment. A serene atmosphere came over the room. The steam began to disperse. The blue light increased slowly. Wendy approached the bed and paused for a minute. Lucy, now the center of attention, lay in the middle of the huge bed and leaned back against 3 or 4 pillows. Her eyes were glassy and staring, and she was breathing in a short pant. Her brownish blonde hair was wet with sweat, and her pajama top, made of soft white flannel and covered with blue sheep, was damp. She gazed ahead vaguely, apparently without recognition.
This is Wendy, dear. She's here to help you feel better.
Lucy turned her head to her mother and gave a little half-smile. Wendy sat on the side of the bed opposite from Beatrice and leaned forward to come close to Lucy.
I see you have the fever. Nothing to be afraid of.
Wendy spoke softly in her strange, broken voice.
You'll be glad to know that Tiny is feeling much better, and soon you will too. Here, let me feel your forehead.
Wendy put her hand across Lucy's forehead and felt her temples and neck. She held her wrist and listened to her breathe. She looked into her eyes. Lucy cooperated in a dazed sort of way. Wendy looked up at Beatrice and Tom.
I'll need an open pot with boiled water, a teacup, and a small teapot with water brought to a hard boil. Be sure and bring it to a very hard boil, and let's clear off this table.
Tom Winkle and his son quickly disappeared from the room, and Beatrice and her mother cleared away the basins, bottles, washcloths, cups, and bowls that had accumulated over the last 2 days and long nights. Lucy's father and grandfather re-entered the room a few minutes later with trays containing a large, steaming pot, cups and mugs of different sizes, 2 closed teapots of different sizes, a couple of strainers, and spoons. The family had all become quiet and attentive, eager to help. Wendy placed the tea strainer in a mug and took a small bag of herbs from her knapsack. She took a few leaves in her fingers and crushed them into the strainer. She did this again and again. A clean, soothing scent filled the room. Wendy poured steaming water from the teapot through the strainer and waited calmly. She picked up the strainer, let it drip, and replaced it in the cup.
It's nice and strong now, my dear, but still too hot.
Wendy took the mug and in one quick motion poured a few swallows into a small teacup.
That will cool it down quickly.
It's something that I finally know. The magic smile, can't let it go. Together we can come alive. It's magic that helps us to survive. Can't find a way in this hopeless mess, but the magic is real and nothing less. You know when it's from the heart, the years and tears won't tear us apart. It's all in each other, I can see the smile that makes us come to be. By any name it's how we grow. That magic smile, can't let it go. It's all from before we're even born. From gentle breeze to ferocious storm. Together we make life come alive. Help our beloved world survive. It's all in each other. I can see the smile that makes us come to be. By any name, it's how we grow. That magic smile, can't let it go. It's all in each other. I can see the smile that makes us come to be. By any name, it's how we grow. That magic smile, can't let it go.
When the forest is threatened, one voice answers the call. Phoebe is back in Middletown, and everything she loves is at risk. A hidden power beneath the forest, a corporation driven by greed, and a choice that could change the future of the earth. Friendship, courage, climate justice. This is more than a story. It's a movement. Protectors of the wood. Phoebe breaks through. Join the fight. Protect the future.
Trillions of living things are everywhere around. Our lives are all planted deep into the sacred ground. There's everything to love and everything to fear. It's planet Earth in the universe and nature lives here. It's planet Earth in the universe and nature lives here. It's planet Earth in the universe and nature lives here. It's planet Earth in the universe and nature lives here. And nature lives here.